Alright, I'm back again, and I wanted to show you this time about how to create a YouTube playlist and embed that into a Blackboard area such as the discussion board. Alright, so I have this open here, and on my YouTube, just sort of a landing page, and really I'm just going to start grabbing up some things in order just to make some kind of playlist. You can actually go through and find people's playlists, and if they have them shareable, then you can use theirs. But there's going to be times, especially instructors are going to want to assemble a number of videos together, maybe grouped around a topic, maybe a particular artist, and that's kind of what I'm going to play with here. Let's just see what comes up. And I'm actually going ahead and stop so you can actually hear me as opposed to the video. So, as you watch a video and decide that it's something that you want to have and make available to your students, you actually come down here to this Add To. And it'll show you a different, whatever playlist you already have. But let's say I don't think I have one for Joan Jonas. But let's say I'm going to actually just pull together a number of videos about her. And so I'll actually create a playlist called Joan Jonas. Alright, so I don't have one already made, and so I'll tell it to create a new one. And so it'll create this playlist with her name, and I could make it public, so it could be searchable and this kind of thing. I can also make it unlisted, and that way only those who have the URL or wherever I've embedded it have access to it. Now, if you make it private, just like with anything on YouTube, if it's made private, then only the user who made that content, if it's a video or this playlist, would only be available to that person. Even if you shared a link, then whoever you shared it with would not be able to see the videos within it, or even the playlist, because it was made private. Okay, so if you want to make it where only a few people are able to access it, then you would go with unlisted. It really doesn't matter in this case. I'll just go ahead and make it public and say create that. Alright, so at least I already have one video called Joan Jonas. Now I could go through and search for other things, or the great thing is that once you start looking things up, it brings up others. So New York performances, here we'll go ahead and grab this other one here on drawings. This is also an art 21 video. Alright, and so again I come down, and now it's one of the first ones that comes up, and so I click on that again. I say, well, where's that other video about her? So it's not showing what I would want. Maybe I want like a third video about her. I mean, you could have numerous videos within a playlist. You could have hundreds of videos in a playlist. I wouldn't recommend having that many because it makes so much to have to filter through. But we'll say we'll go with one more. We'll find this interview here, and add that to that playlist. All right. So if I want to check that out, I can click on this and say I want to go to my playlist. It's going to be the first thing that pops up. If not, you can always click on your playlist. It'll show all of them, and then that way you can see your different playlists. So here's the playlist I've made, and you can have this whether you make a playlist or you go to someone else's playlist. And we come into this share. So again, just like with the videos, the first thing that pops up is a URL, but in this case I actually want to use the embed. Copy that, and then I'll come over here to my Blackboard tab. I'll create a thread and say embed YouTube playlist. Alright. And then I'll again do that HTML code editor. Click in here, paste that code, click update. Again, we've got that yellow box, which is what we should be seeing. Click submit, and then I can kind of check it here. And so a couple of reasons why this is really good. So if you wanted to show 3 of these videos, it could take up a bit of space depending on how you set it up. If you had it as thumbnails, not too bad just for 3 little videos, but if you had this size of a video and then 3 in a row, that really could make for a very long discussion board thread, especially depending on how many users there are that would be on that discussion board. And so, but if you want to make sure that things are kind of grouped together, you just click on this, and users can choose what video they want to see. Now, the other reason that this is really good is that instructors, if you have multiple sections of a course, or if you want something on multiple pages, even within a single course, if you were to use single videos, like I showed you in the first 2 videos about embedding YouTube videos on Blackboard, if you make any changes, if there's any kind of content change that needs to be made, if you do it that way, you have to go through in every instance and change that in Blackboard. But if you embed a playlist, if there was some kind of change in the videos, you said, oh, actually, oh, this one down here, maybe I don't necessarily want students to see, for some reason, maybe a video is too long, or what have you, then instead of having to take it out of this in Blackboard and on every instance, you actually would come in and change it here on YouTube. So let's say I say, oh well, actually this one is pretty long and I don't want to show it. It's over 10 minutes and I don't want something that long. So I get rid of it there, and then when I come back and actually refresh this, give me a moment. Oop. Alright, so now when I come in here, now there are only the 2. Or it could be that you need to add things, and so then you come back in and we say, well, let's find another video on Joan Jonas. Oh yes, I would like to show vertical roll, right? And so even though it's rather long, but still, right, we come in here. Now somebody actually has her name wrong in the title here. However, we say yes, we want to use this. And so we would click add to that playlist. And we'll actually do this a different way. I didn't realize it was going to refresh that whole page over there. Alright, then I come back in and it's been added here. So the thing is that not only does it add it within this instance, but let's say I had, often I'm teaching 3 or 4 sections of a course, and if I have this embed within each of those courses, wherever I've made this change in this playlist on YouTube, updates it on all of those places at the same time. So that's one good reason for using the playlist as opposed to single videos, if you do happen to have multiples of something. Alright, and that's how you do it. It's really that easy. Like I said, it could be the discussion board, it could be a content page. I have a lot of videos on content pages for my students as optional videos for them to learn some of the concepts. So give that a try.